Now, these are some of the roughest, toughest, and most respected fighters from around the world, but they need your help tonight. Remember, the louder you cheer, the harder they will fight. So, without further ado, please join me in welcoming the first fight of the evening. Blue corner, from Japan, it's Jin Hirano!
Martial Combat 9 from Resorts World Sentosa, Steve Dawson alongside magical Ray Elby. And Ray, an interesting one here. Jin Hirano has been out of the MMA ring for 4 years. He's a comeback kid. That can't be easy.
Well, one of the things about Jin Hirano is the fact that he's fought in one of Japan's major shows. Being the deep promotion, I mean, having fought in 2004, 2006, you have to wonder how the experience is going to play against Ming Yeng making his debut today.
Yeah, so a comeback kid against a debutant could end up being quite evenly matched. You'll see this procedure a few times during the course of the evening. The referee will get the fighter to take his shirt off. He'll check him out for all sorts of foreign bodies. Make sure there's not too much grease.
In the red corner, from Taiwan, it's Ming Yeng!
This is your debutant, Ming Yeng. They call him Samsung from Taiwan. Precisely the same height as his opponent, 1m76. He's got a wide variety of fighting experience: Muay Thai, Judo, Sanda, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but this is his debut in martial arts, and this is quite a stage to make your debut, Ray, up against an experienced fighter, but one who's been out of the MMA ring for some time now. Should be an interesting one. Doesn't look particularly nervous, the debutant, just getting that final layer of grease around the eyebrows to try and reduce the chances of being cut by a glancing blow. And here he comes, stamping his way into the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's martial combat opening fight features a fighter making his professional MMA debut. This contest is scheduled for 3 rounds of 3 minutes each and is conducted under the unified rules as sanctioned by the Asian MMA Federation, the governing body of MMA in Asia. Your referee for this fight, Mr. John Sharp. Ladies and gentlemen and fight fans from around the world, let's get ready for combat! Fighting out of the blue corner, this man has been a professional MMA fighter for over 6 years, and he comes from a background of Jiu-Jitsu. He's looking to make a comeback in MMA and has a professional record of 2 wins and 2 losses. He stands at 176 centimeters tall and weighs in at 65 kilograms. From the land of the rising sun, Japan, it's Jin Hirano! Fighting out of the red corner, this man is an all-round fighter with a background in Muay Thai, Sanda, Judo, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And he's making his professional MMA debut right here on Martial Combat. He stands at an equivalent 176 centimeters tall and weighs in at 65 kilograms. From Taiwan and representing Tough MMA, it's Sung Ming Yeng!
Well, you can see, can't you, that at 1.76 meters and 65 kilos, that doesn't leave a lot of scope for much body fat. These two rangy fighters, quite tall for their weight. But there'll be a lot of conditioning there. 3 5-minute rounds in martial combat. 1 minute's rest between each round. A debutante against the comeback kid. The comeback kid is from Japan in the multicolored shorts. Our debutante, Sam Sung, in the sky blue.
Gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Listen to my instructions at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. Wait in your corners.
Referee John Sharp, one of our most experienced referees. He'll do a good job. You can rely on that. Just checking that all of the ringside judges are ready for the action.
Fight.
We're underway. Martial Combat 9 from Resorts World Sentosa. And there's a touch of gloves at the beginning.
One of the things you'll notice looking at Sam is just the heavy amount of tape on his ankles here.
Yeah, I noticed that straight away.
Makes you think that he's going to want to come out and utilize those low kicks. A lot of fighters will use that tape as a sense of cushioning on those ankles, kind of like an ankle support. As soon as I say that, lands that crushing right hand and the low leg kick to follow.
Not interested in getting down on the mat, was he? Waited for his opponent to have plenty of space to come up. They're back on their feet. And let's see if he uses that low kick that Ray pinpointed again. For the moment, just flicking out a jab. These two guys well out of range of each other. Just easing their way into the contest, getting their eye in, finding their range.
Sam with a very relaxed stance. You can tell he wants to stand, obviously, by letting his fighter up. That was the first hint. But the second thing is you notice that he's stalking his prey, backing him against the fence. One of the things I'd like to see the fighter from Japan do is utilize a little bit more movement, getting out, getting his back off of the back of the cage.
Well, one thing they've both got to do is get within range because their swinging punches are landing well off the target. Hesitant, I think we can describe it. I shouldn't think it'll be too long before John Sharp encourages them to get a bit closer and mix it up a bit. But here we go. A right hand sends Hirano down. This time he's not given the chance to come up. It's Hirano with his back to the canvas.
Good up kick by Hirano and back to the standing position. Sam checking his eye to see if there's a cut.
Well, it looks as if it might be closing already.
Very relaxed pace of this fight as you hear referee John Sharp telling them the call for action. Having John Sharp ref UFC 110, you can tell that he's not going to tolerate a stalemate from the fighters.
Yeah, that was predictable. He wasn't going to wait around too long for these guys. A 360 from Sam Sung. And he gets punished for it, but a good right hand and a left. And they both connect with left hands there pretty much at the same time. Grappling on their feet. But it's Hirano just trying to bring his left hand down there to try and lift his opponent's leg up and see if he can knock him off balance. A knee to the inside of the thigh there from Sung. Just 10 seconds left in this round.
Hirano doing a good job with his leg up there, blocking the knees to the body.
And you can see the right eye of Hirano is closing already, and there's quite a bit of redness underneath that eye. Obviously, it's going to be a problem if his eye closes, then he's just got one good eye to see out of. And you want to see as much as you can when there's an opponent trying to take your head off in front of you. So seems to have a bit of a swollen lip there. Just take us through this action, Ray.
Yeah, you see a good crushing hand. You see a little bit of ground and pound here by Sam, but Sam really not wanting to engage on the ground, letting his fighter come back up. Couple of knees. Overall, I'd give the first round to Sam just because of his ability to push the pace. Really, nobody was dictating the pace of the round, but I give the round 10-9 to Sam.
Well, he may have had the edge in that first round, but I think he's probably going to be the slightly more concerned fighter coming out for the second round, simply because of that trouble underneath his right eye. But they'll have put something cold on there and see if they can arrest the swelling, but he's concerned about it. You can see him touching his face. There's no blood there. The crowd here at Resorts World Sentosa not quite into the contest just yet. Can't really blame them because they have been a little bit standoffish, these two. We've got pretty much a full house here. Now there's that low swinging leg kick that Ray pinpointed for us early in the first round. Although it comes from the guy who doesn't have his ankles bandaged quite so severely. Down they go.
Good takedown utilized by Jin Hirano there. Caught the kick and continued driving forward. Now we get to see for the first time, we don't get to see for the first time Sam on his back.
Well, Hirano's complaining about a low blow, but John Sharp's not having any of it, and he'll have to take whatever recuperation he can while the fight is live, as it were.
Great sportsmanship shown by both of these fighters. Usually in a street fight, you'd see somebody try to capitalize on that precarious position, but here you see Sam back away and touch gloves with Hirano, giving him every opportunity to defend himself, not wanting to win from a so-called cheap shot.
Let's work, guys. Let's go.
It's one of the things about mixed martial arts. It's just the camaraderie shown between the two fighters.
Good left and right from Sam there. Both punches landed on the jaw, either side of the fighter's face. He's got that low left hand that he brings up with quite a bit of pace there. You can still see that redness beneath Hirano's eye, but not closing as quickly as I thought initially that it might do. There is definitely a swelling there, and a glancing right hand actually just wobbled Hirano slightly. Didn't catch him flush.
Hirano here working with the guillotine. Sam slamming himself down, but he might have just put himself deeper into the choke. A lot of times you don't like to see a fighter follow that guillotine attempt down to the mat. You like to see them continue standing. Sam freeing his head though, although you can see with the look on his face that was a tight submission attempt.
A little bit of an experience perhaps. Remember, this guy's making his debut.
Here you see Sam doing a good job of controlling the biceps. What he's trying to do here is he's trying to utilize the fence to take away the ability of Jin Hirano to use his hips. Really not very effective with his ground and pound here, and I would suspect, armbar attempt here, Sam pulling out. Now he's in that north-south position. I would suspect him to try to stand and back away, which is exactly what he did there, folks.
Yep, Sam's had enough. Allows Hirano to get back onto his feet. Tries to throw that right hand, but he ducked well out of it there. And they're back into the center of the ring. One aspect of mixed martial arts, if you haven't seen much of it before, is that the cage itself can be quite a tool for the fighters to gain a bit of leverage, both defensively and offensively. The wayward kick followed up by a couple of swinging punches, and that's the end of the